It's time to bring your green thumb indoors. So today we got together with Matt Johnson from the florist at Edwards to get some tips on a few popular houseplants and how to care for them.
I love Senna-geraniums. A lot of people use a geranium in their patio pots.
This is one plant that can be easily moved indoors after spending the summer outside. Dig it up or remove it from its pot and take a look at the roots and even loosen them up a little bit.
And then we'll look for dead leaves and especially insects.
This geranium is being transplanted into a clay pot that has a drainage hole in the bottom to prevent overwatering.
Biggest thing is good drainage. So we'll add a good inch of gravel, and that just helps the drainage a little bit.
Set the plant in the pot so that it's about 3/4 of an inch below the rim of the container.
That just makes life a lot easier for watering. So we've got the plant at the proper level, and now we'll just pack soil in about it.
And there you have it, a classic plant in a classic clay pot, ready to spend the winter indoors. Perhaps you've got a decorative container or an antique that you want to put a plant in. It still needs to provide good drainage, but you'll want to protect it from any water damage, so you'll need to line it first with a waterproof material, such as Plastifoil. It's plastic on one side and foil on the other, so it's decorative and waterproof at the same time.
And it's a good way to really use the things that you've collected that you like, you know, the different pots that you have and you want to showcase. You just have to make sure to protect them properly.
Matt has picked out this colorful cyclamen and selected a container that's just about the right size for the plant.
I know already that I'm going to want the plant to sit about 3 inches off the ground so that it sits at the top of the pot.
Adding pea gravel to the container will lift the plant a little higher and provide the necessary drainage.
I think that's about enough gravel, so now I'll put the cyclamen down, and that seems just about right.
Placing a little moss on top will help to hide the inner pot and the plastic lining. And here's a helpful watering tool.
This is a moisture meter. It's really easy to operate and easy to read. It's got a scale of 10, dry, moist, and wet.
You can find one at any garden store. This cyclamen was watered today, so it's good for several more days.
The number one thing is that we never want to overwater our plants. A plant can come back from being underwatered, but it has a very difficult time coming back from being overwatered.
The ficus is a popular houseplant, and this variety is different and interesting. It's called a fiddle leaf ficus. Note the large, glossy, violin-shaped leaves. This is the bush form of the fiddle leaf ficus, and it also comes in a topiary or tree style. After all, Boise is the city of trees. Looking for a plant that would do well in a low-light setting?
This plant is called a ZZ plant.
That's easier to say than its official name, Zamioculcas zamiofolii.
It's got beautiful, beautiful glossy leaves. This is a plant that you really cannot overwater.
Here's an old favorite that's been around for years.
So this is Sansevieria. A lot of people know it as mother-in-law's tongue.
Because it's so sharp, right?
Exactly, yeah, it's so pointy.
Sansevieria is called a snake plant or a sword plant. It's easy to care for and has a unique shape, and it also does well in low-light situations.
And people seem to love it. It comes in a lot of different textures as well. Sometimes golden.
And it would make a great holiday gift for, well, perhaps your mother-in-law. Well, thank you, Matt Johnson at the florist at Edwards, for giving us some ideas on houseplants. Let's keep our green thumb busy during the winter time. For Idaho's News Channel 7, I'm Jim Duthie.